So if you set out on your journey to try and improve your life, you're making money, you're hitting goals that you never thought were actually possible. You always had a feeling that these goals were possible. You always thought, okay, I'm going to do the work, I'm going to see what happens. And eventually it happens, right? You start to make money. Maybe you're running an online business. Maybe you're helping people do whatever you do. There is a cap, and this is something I found in my own life, the cap of your hometown. And this, I've always said it, I've always been consistent for people that have watched my channel when I first started it in September 2024. For people who have been a long time viewer, they will know this. I've always said that the first most transformative thing you could do in any self-improvement journey is to move out of your hometown. This is the one thing that changed my life. So if you're wondering why your growth has slowed, you're wondering what else can you do? You're putting in the work, you're putting in the hours, you're putting in all the time and all the energy possible. You are happening to life. Life doesn't just happen to you. Yes, maybe it does sometimes. There's challenges and tests to overcome, but you're happening to life as much as possible. You're locked in, you're going full force, and nothing is really happening. Well, I'm here to tell you the answer to that. This is the new frequency to unleash your potential. And by the way, if you don't know who I am, I basically work with people like you. I identify the subconscious blocks within their mind internally, because that is the third way. I call it the way. It's the third path where life happens for you. In conjunction with that polarity, life also happens for you. And I'll teach you how to do this by identifying your subconscious blocks and eliminating them, and giving you an action plan to follow up on. Essentially, my job is to build people. That's what I love doing. I love helping other people. I am what you call an architect. I like seeing other people succeed, because from a different perspective, you ever have a friend and you see what they're doing wrong and you just want to tell them but they're not listening? That's me. I want to tell you what you're doing, but subconsciously. So the problem is, you know you should be at the next stage. So you've reached a point in life where you're content, you're peaceful, you're happy, but there needs to be something more. There is so many levels above, but you can't perceive it because your reality does not match it. If your reality does not match the next stage of your life, if you don't even have a glimpse or a hope or an insight into what is truly possible, then you won't achieve it. The problem is, you are switching between your new identity, the person you are trying to become, and your old identity, the person you were. There's a version of you that did so many bad habits, truly hated himself, and there's a version of you that you're trying to become or achieve that is hyper successful, that has done everything that he has set out to do, means what he says and does what he says. That version, that new identity, you're still trying to achieve it. So you're currently here in between these two identities, flipping between them. The reason why you flip between them is because you are still subconsciously addicted to this old identity. I will explain everything in this video. If this doesn't really make sense, you don't need to worry, because I'm going to explain it for you. So you are addicted to your old frequency. For those of you who are not aware or not familiar with what I teach and what I preach about energy and frequency and stuff, every thought has a frequency that we send out into the universe. Every thought has a frequency. When you combine that frequency, that thought, with an emotion, you will get results, you'll get action. So practically, what does this actually mean in the real world, the world that we all live in? This old frequency is ingrained into your subconscious because you're limited, quite frankly, by your hometown. And if you're in the same environment for so long, let's say you were born in the UK. You were born in Grimsby. You have been so programmed, and you've done well so far to try and break this programming. You've happened to life a lot. But the problem with being in these low energy, low vibrational places is that is what you're familiar with. Your brain, if you think about it like this, your brain has trenches, different pathways, and those trenches, those pathways, are so locked in, so deep down, that is all you know. So whenever you make a change, your brain and your mind is trying to pull you back. Whenever you make a change, let's say you're going to the gym, your brain and your mind is pulling you back because that's what your brain knows. That is your brain's identity. And this is why your environment is so important. You need to be in a place that matches your ambition. Let's have a look. I'm in Bali at the moment, for those of you that are not aware. This place matches where I am in my life. It suits me, suits my lifestyle, suits what I want. And by the way, on the coaching program, the Reality Creator program, where you can work with me one-on-one, I have added an extra resource called the Lifestyle Design Audit. If you're interested in making this move from your environment, your hometown to your new place, then this Lifestyle Design Audit is going to be great for you. It will help you and guide you onto where to go next physically, as in a location. But these deeply ingrained trenches, you can think of them as thought loops. So you work a job. Let's say you've worked a job for a year. Over that span, you've been paid a paycheck, 12 paychecks over the year. After every paycheck, you end up with the same amount. This is because your brain is ingrained through thought loops. So you have a thought loop that's whizzing around in your brain that does not allow you to have more, because your brain is not used to having more, because your brain is engulfed in the habits that you're doing in your current environment, which is limiting you. I hope that makes sense. And to support what I'm saying, there is a theory out there that you may have heard of called environmental determinism, and I'm going to read it out for you now. So environmental determinism is a theory positing that human culture, character, and societal development are primarily shaped by environmental factors, particularly the natural physical characteristics of a location, such as climate or geography. Prominent in the 19th and 20th century, the theory suggests that these environmental features exert a dominant influence over human behaviour and cultural evolution. For example, I'm here in Bali at the moment. It's very hot, so it's very laid back. People, to work in this heat, not a lot of things get done very quickly because it is just so hot. If you are in the UK or in the Western world, in milder climates, you can build more stuff, you can build cities, you can build this, you can build that quicker because the climate is more suited to what you're trying to do, which is build a city, for example. Dubai now, that's an interesting one actually, because Dubai, it wasn't actually a kind of safe area. No one would deem the Middle East as a safe area for investment, but Dubai has completely shattered that. At the moment. But let's say you're in the Western world though. If you're not in a good city, if you're in the UK for example, the place is dying. The place is dead. You enter the country and you instantly get hit with the concrete grey clouds and the depression and the negativity, because everyone is addicted to the negativity in that frequency. As soon as you go on holiday, you will notice how happy you are. All of a sudden the world has opened up. The sun has risen. It's light. You're happy. You go and do things. You don't worry about certain things. You save your worries for when you get back. And I'll always remember on the plane journey home from one holiday I went on with my family, there was this woman who was clearly stressed, not looking forward, leaving her holiday, not looking forward to going back to the UK. Back to reality is the old saying, but she was like, I want a wee and a poo and I want to go home. I was like, okay, she wants a wee and a poo and she wants to go home. But home isn't great. But that's what she's used to. She wants to have wants to have a piss and a shit in her own home because that's where she's comfortable. Okay, fair enough. So the solution to breaking this identity that you have formed, your identity, okay, I'll take me for example, Jay from where I'm from, or John Bob from Grimsby. It's very difficult to make a substantive change when your identity is John Bob from Grimsby. It's very easy to make a change when you're John Bob living in Bali working on the things he wants to work on. Do you see what I mean? So I have opened up more capacity. We've got more capacity than we could ever have imagined for the one-to-one coaching program. Reality Creator Program. I will identify these subconscious blocks. I will do the inner work, the subconscious, the mindset work for you or with you. I will identify for you the subconscious blocks, tell you exactly what you need to do to break out of those blocks that are halting you from reaching the next level, reaching the next steps. And for a lot of you, that may be your environment. I'm pretty sure that might be your hometown. So we've also got the lifestyle audit. So if you're a bit confused where to go, do I go Bali, Thailand? I'm in Bali right now. I've been to Bangkok in Thailand. I've been to Australia, Budapest in Hungary, Barcelona in Spain, Portugal. Where else have I been recently? That's just within the last year. So I've got a pretty good insight onto the best places that you could actually go. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the one-to-one coaching program. And by the way, the more you procrastinate, the more guilt you build up. So how you're feeling now is only going to get worse if you continue doing the things you are doing. You're only going to become comfortable in misery, and that's the worst place. Speaking as a human to a human, that is the worst place, to be in a state where nothing is wrong, you're comfortable, but you've just got that mental cloggage. So hop onto the call. It's a free 15-minute discovery.